What's going on, everybody? Hey, we are back again. Look at this. Here's the mulch queen. What's up, queen?
Back in action.
How was your weekend?
Awesome.
Hey, we got to get about 5 yards done. Then I'm going to send Justin out to do a small weeding and pruning job. Guys, it's good to be back with you. Hey, the last week has been awesome for the vets. We had 3 fundraisers in the last week for Mowers for Vets, guys, and raised over $3,000 total. Owner Lawn Care, mowersforvets.com. Man, what an amazing thing to be able to give back to the people who serve the country. Hey, we're going to get into all kinds of things today. I'm going to do kind of a week-long series about how I got started in lawn care, the journey. I know I've been getting a lot of messages from guys that are saying, man, you motivate me, you keep me going. I'm starting a lawn care business. I'm afraid. Man, I'll tell you what, I've been there. So I'm going to just start it off by saying, I was forced into lawn care. I was mowing a couple yards on the weekends. I was working a full-time job, and I wasn't sure that lawn care was what I was going to do, but I knew that I wanted to do it, but I had no business experience. I still have none other than this business. And I was out on the yard you see on Friday, the big 2-acre property, push mowing that with a little red push mower with the white wheels. I don't even know if you can still find them anymore. I have no idea. But I was out doing that. It took me 4.5 hours every Saturday. And I didn't have a trimmer. I didn't have a blower. And hey, we'll get into it a little bit later, but look, man, from there, and I had an old beat up pickup. I threw it in the bed of the pickup, but we'll get into it later in the video. I want to get some footage for you, just regular mowing, you know, whatever. But 2 yards is all I had my first year. And I did a video last year called From $50 to $100,000 a year plus lawn care business. And what that meant was, it's still up, you guys can see it. What it meant was, I had a $50 car that I used to live in. Some people know that, some people don't. That's why I wanted to revisit it this season and talk about it, because I've come a long way. I mean, look at this. I went from nothing. I was homeless. I lived in a $50 Honda that I bought off of a friend. And we're going to get into it all week, man. But so let's go get some work done and we'll talk later. I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we're back. Just got this one done right here. Yeah, that is a quick, probably 6-minute cut and trim, mow, blow and go, if you will. So anyway, back to the story. Yeah, I was cutting 2 yards a year. My first year I made $1,105. I kept that tax return because it showed me that, man, I was not doing good. And I'll tell you another thing I remember. I called my dad. Well, I'll go back a little bit. This was in 2008, and I remember I went to work one day. They took me to lunch, and they fired me. The housing bubble had burst. Things were not good. I got fired. I went back to the shop, got all my stuff, walked out, said, hey, I'm going to call my dad, tell him what happened. I called him. I said, well, I'm going to start a lawn care business. And what he said was like nitrous oxide for me. He said, you will fail. You're not going to make it. And he hung the phone up. And I was like, okay. So I went home. I took the last $11 I had, went down to the printing company in Gahanna, Ohio, and got as many flyers as I could, passed them all out, and I got a weeding job. And hey, I didn't know anything. I was like, hey, 10 bucks an hour. I'll weed for 10 bucks an hour. I mean, that's good money. So I weeded their entire beds, probably 30 bucks. And I walked away with that $30 in an envelope because that's all I had to go on to the next thing. Wasn't long before somebody said, hey, don't you think you need insurance? And I said, oh, insurance, I didn't think about that. So I cashed in my 401k at work, and I got my business license and my insurance within the week. And I was like, man, I'm a business, I'm legit, this is gonna be great. It wasn't great. Some of you guys out there get 40 or 50 lawns your first year. It took me 4 years to get to that point. I had no idea what I was doing. I was behind the 8 ball. I had no money. I was living off of what I cut that day. I put what money there was into my business checking. As soon as I was done and the customer wrote me a check, I put it in the bank and I used my bank card to go to the next job for gas. It was horrible. But we'll talk about it later. We're going to get one more yard and then we'll finish it up for this episode, because there is so much more to come. And I've done it the hard way. So a lot of guys had YouTube and Instagram to go off of, and they've got hundreds of people to talk to, and they can watch videos on how to do this. I had none of that. I had nobody that would help out here, because when you talk to a guy out here in Columbus, they say, I'm not telling you anything. Why should I give my competition a heads up on what I'm doing? So whoever thinks that I've had it easy to get where I am, nah, I did it a lot harder than 90% of the people that are doing it. We'll be back. So yeah, I'm bringing back the push-up challenge. 100 push-ups a day for 30 days. Anyone that wants to join me, so far today I've got 40 in. I will get to 100 before the end of the day. Obviously, I'll let you know tomorrow what I did for the day. But anyway, guys, my journey was very difficult. I get a lot of people asking me, how did you do it? How did you do it? Now, here's the funny part. When I tell them how I did it, the first response they get is, I don't know how you did that. All of the jobs that you have seen in my videos, all of the mulch jobs, all of the edging, the hedge trimming, all of that used to be done by me and me alone. I would work 7 days a week. I started this business when I was 38 years old. I will be 49 this year. I used to be able to hustle and move like nobody's business. A lot of people say, Justin really hustles, man. That guy is amazing. Where do you think he learned it? And I'm not tooting my horn, but when he came to me, he was slow, unorganized, didn't have any gumption to move. And I taught him because that's the way I worked. I had a hip replacement 4 years ago, coming up on 4 years. And that slowed me down. I gotta be honest with you. I still haven't gotten all the strength back in my leg. And I still haven't... Guys, when you get older, from 44 to 48 is a big jump. And I still, every day, try to hustle as fast as I can to keep some of that youth. But it's not easy. Anyway, I had a rough go with this business, and by no means is it easy at this point. I'm transitioning next year into a different phase. All the door hangers and EDDM cards and all these different types of equipment to make the job easier. We're slowly getting ourselves there. But what I've done to myself, and I mentioned it in a video a couple weeks ago, I did this to myself. I undercut myself from the get-go because I had no idea. I used to cut lawns for $20 because I thought that's all I could get. Okay, now I'm at the point where after this season, everybody's price goes up. I'm not doing this for free any longer. Now my mulch, like I've said, my mulch and everything, that is right there where it needs to be. I make money off of that. I make a lot of money off of that. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But it's hard work, and you only get it once a year, usually. So, guys, tomorrow I'll talk more about this. I'll tell you probably from year 4 to year 7. And, or actually year 3 to year 6, when Justin finally came aboard. Have I had other employees? Yes, many. We'll go into some funny employee stories tomorrow too. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps you realize that nothing in life is easy, but if you hustle, and I mean hustle, YouTube was not, if it was out, I don't know about it, that it was out, but I never realized there was a YouTube until my years of being like Justin were gone. Man, I used to work from 6:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week, and I would have days where I fell asleep on the couch coming through the door, wake up at 3 in the morning with my food sitting on my lap. I was a hustler. Do I hustle like that anymore? I don't have to. but I'm glad I don't have to. But anyway, you guarantee you that if I have to, I certainly will. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said, I hope it helps you. If you have any questions, please call me, message me, Instagram me at DLT Lawn Care. Leave comments. And guys, I love you all. I wish you nothing but the best, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, Dr. Real was in the house. Keep it real. Peace.